What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Nil, the HBCU guru herself. Today, I'm excited. Yes! Today is the day that we get started on this process of applying to colleges and opening up yourselves to this wonderful world of academia. Yeah. So here we go. The first thing we're going to do, I'm going to give you a list of 7 things to look for and 7 things to do when you're trying to select the perfect college for yourself. So here's step number 1. Let's go. Let's run them. Step number 1, create a list of schools. Whatever your list is, your dream schools, your state schools, your plan Zs. Plan Zs for me are plans that the school that you know for a fact that you're going to get in. It may be the school that's just right around the corner from your house. Apply there. We need options because at the end of the day, your school selection would be chosen for a lot for what you want to do, but also what you can afford. And let's be real, it ain't easy out here in these streets, especially in these COVID streets. So we got to make sure that you're planning for schools that the money matters. The money matters. So get you a list of about 7 schools. Include some of your state schools as well as your Plan Z schools, but throw in some of those dream schools because just because it's a dream school doesn't mean you can't go after it. I am a firm believer, go after it and see what happens because you never know what may happen. You may actually get into your dream school and then it's a wrap from there, okay? All right, now that you've chosen your dream schools, number 2. Tip 2, give yourself a list of non-negotiables. Your non-negotiables are the things that you cannot live without on a college campus. Keep in mind your plans that you will be at this institution for the next 4 years of your life. Therefore, you got to have some non-negotiables. Let me give you some examples. For instance, my non-negotiable when I was going to college is I wanted to go to a HBCU. And I wanted the band to be really good because I'm a lover of music. So, and I wanted to feel like home. So when I chose Morris Brown College, it fit all those things. The band was really good. It felt like home. And it's the dopest HBCU around. Hence the purple lipstick. But anywho, my dream school, I'll be honest, my dream school was Grambling State. My mom was telling me that at the time that we couldn't afford to go to Grambling State. So I had to fall back on my other schools that I had gotten accepted to. Morris Brown was one of the schools. It was actually the last school that I applied to. And I got accepted because my mind was set that I was going to Grambling State. So that's just one example of a non-negotiable. I have a sorority sister. Her non-negotiable for her school, it had to have a Chick-fil-A. And it had to have a dance team. And it had to have a great football team. Whatever your non-negotiables are, choose your non-negotiables, write a list down of your non-negotiables, and select the school that fits into your non-negotiables, okay? All right, number 3. Request your GPA and class rank from your school counselor. Most school counseling offices now have, you can request these things online. You can request your transcript online as well. Usually your transcript will have your GPA on there. And some schools have the class ranks already indicated on there and some schools do not, but it just may be a question that you have to ask. But you need to know that because most college applications will ask, what's your GPA? What's your class rank? If you're here in Georgia, where I am, there's a difference between your cumulative GPA and your core GPA. Okay, let's get into that. I know that's kind of confusing. So your core GPA at most institutions, your core GPA are your academic classes, not those electives, not those classes that you just breeze through. Your core classes, those math, science, histories, and English classes. Those are your core classes. And if you're here in Georgia, your Hope GPA is based upon your core classes. Again, if you're in Georgia, your Hope GPA is based upon your core classes, not that cumulative GPA. For example, if you're sitting on the 3.0 GPA cumulative, but in your core classes, you're not doing too hot, you got like a 2.5 or 2.7, you will not qualify for HOPE. So it's important that you know your core GPA, your cumulative GPA, and your class rank. All right. Number four, request, find out when the SATs are being offered. Why you got to know when the SAT is being offered? Because here's what I want you to do. I want to make sure that you are prepared for the SAT. So that means we're not taking the SAT and ACT the day after a football game, or the day after a basketball game, or the day after a volleyball game, or the day after the hottest party in town. Don't do that. You want to make sure that you're positioning yourself to be great. And in order to do that, you got to make sure that you are prepared for the test. So you want to make sure that you're looking up the SAT dates. Find the date that you're prepared for, the one that's going to give you the most amount of time to go after and study for this test. It's hard to study for the test because you just have to figure out how to take the test. It's a test about your acumen and not so much in your aptitude and all those other good things. So you need to learn how to take the test. Take as many prep courses as you can find so that you're well prepared. So 4, look for SAT testing dates. All right, 5, baby. 5, ask about SAT and ACT fee waivers. Yes, honey. Honey, if you on free or reduced lunch, if you are on free or reduced lunch and you are at a Title I school, you qualify for a SAT and ACT fee waiver. Okay? What does that mean when you get an SAT and ACT fee waiver? It means that they pay for the test for you. It means that you present this piece of paper upon your registration, and SAT and College Board or ACT and College Board will pay for you to take the test. It gives you a waiver. It waives the fee. However, a little caveat there, you only get 2 opportunities to use these waivers in your high school career. So what I suggest for some of you guys who may be juniors, pay for that test. Pay for it. Take it once in your spring of your junior year, because you need to take it after you've taken Algebra 2. Take it once. Pay for it. Get you a good baseline of where you stand. All right. And your senior year, you use the 2 free ones wisely, because you only get 2. And senior year is expensive. So because senior year is expensive, you want to alleviate some of those fees that you may have. And something else great happens with you using the SAT fee waiver and the ACT fee waiver that we'll get into the next video. All right? All right, number 6. Make sure that the school that you're applying to is not test optional. If the school that you're applying to is test optional, that means, honey, you don't have to submit that SAT and ACT score. However, it's a huge caveat there. You want to make sure that your application is extremely strong, because you don't have the balance of your SAT and ACT test scores to balance out your application. So you want to make sure that you have strong recommendation letters, make sure that you have strong community service outreach, make sure that you are being a leader within your school. You want to really sell yourself in your application if the schools are test optional. Okay, that's extremely important, because you want to be able to present your best foot forward. And now admissions reps are looking for the holistic students. They're looking for students who are involved in sports as well as other extracurricular activities. They're involved in clubs and they're holding leadership roles, all this good stuff. So you want to make sure that you are having a very, 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 very strong application. All right. All right, last and not but least, this is for my athletes. This is solely for my athletes. If you have not done this, do this now. Make sure that you've signed up with the NCAA Eligibility Center. Okay? Make sure that you've signed up for the NCAA Eligibility Center. That is very important. We'll discuss some other things about NCAA a little later. But right now, I just need you to get registered for the NCAA Eligibility Center. You got me? All right. Listen, if you need any more help, remember I'm the HBCU guru, Niv. And you can reach me at Get School LLC. Again, you can reach me at getschoollc@gmail.com, or you can hit me up in my Instagram. Hit me up in my DMs on IG and Facebook at Get School LLC. And yeah, we'll talk it up. We'll chop it up. If you have any more questions, please let me know, and we'll answer whatever questions that you have. Again, my name is Niv, the HBCU guru. You can reach me at getschoollc@gmail.com. Have a good one. Peace.